Hey guys, Cam for 15 back out with another video for you guys, back with another Sakamoto Days episode review for you guys as we get the final episode of the first half of, Sakamoto Days, where we finally can end off for now until we return in the summer months. That's when Sakamoto Days Part 2 will air. Um, and hey, we're finally over. So the hate for this show can finally stop. And hopefully you people can go do something else better with your life and stop hating on Sakamoto Days because it isn't what you thought it was going to be. But nevertheless, the most hated anime show of 2025 has finally come to an end for now, but will come back in 2020 or in the summertime, right? But how does Sakamoto Days episode 11 end? Well, we basically include the dudes to the storyline with Lou and her, I guess, former bodyguard or something that we clearly can tell like he's in love with massively, right? And then we also get foreshadowing to this new assassin group, and then this character called Slur Sakamoto, which I don't know if is related to our boy. Um, I don't know, but it's interesting. But you get this whole thing, and again, the whole objective is they're going through like these poker, games and everything to try to make sure that they don't lose Lou, which it's funny because like Sakamoto and Shin, legitimately, you would think, especially at their ages, they would know how to play poker. This man does not know how to play poker. They they both don't know how to play poker. It's like as if they never gambled. Again, I guess I can't blame him. I don't do that stuff either. I don't know. That's still I'm freaking 26 and I still don't know how to play freaking poker, right? But it's funny when legitimately Shin is playing poker at this table and all these other characters are just like, this dude's a fucking joke and everything. And you get to the point where Lou comes in and basically is like, Shin, do you know what you're doing? And Shin's like, no, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do it. And basically Lou's like, she's like, why did I decide to bet my freaking future on these two dudes who don't know how to freaking do these gambling games, right? Which it's absolutely hilarious, the fact that that's what it leads to. Like they don't even know how to they don't even know how to gamble and everything. It's funny, but they get through it with luck. Like it's straight up luck that they do it. They even get past, and the dude's just like, fine then. I guess, this is where your luck ends, and they're gonna play the whole draw a card thing. If you draw a Joker, card, you're basically eliminated, right? So yeah, but we do essentially get the flashback between this dude and Lou, and basically it's a nice little backstory. It kind of establishes Lou as a character of, what she wants to do, as well as what the dude is, and how he kind of just makes his promise, like he's always going to be there for Lou and he's going to protect her, and everything. So yeah, but we kind of see like, okay, this dude clearly like has a thing for Lou. Like he is massively in love with Lou. I don't know if that's going to create any beef with Shin, because I still think, like, if you ask me, like, I think Endgame honestly is Shin and Lou, because clearly I think they got to find their feelings, but they both like each other somewhat. And maybe Sakamoto and maybe Sakamoto's wife, puts that in their mind. I could see where Sakamoto's wife probably does, where she's like, well, come on, Shin, don't you care about Lou more than just a friend? I don't know. We'll see. But it's funny. But, you have this card game, right? You have the Joker card. This man, he legitimately falls for Lou's, joke of like, you know, this basically Lou's joke of, her faces and everything, and this man is just like, oh, like she's making these like different faces, like this happy face, a sad face, a happy face, a sad face. He picks the Joker card and he's just like, oh, I saved you from all this thing. I'm just like, bro, what? I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But he then goes to tell Shin, all right, pick your card now. And basically, Shin is trying to do the whole thing and read minds. And this dude, this dude is actually smarter than he looks. Like, you would think he'd be a dummy and he wouldn't be that smart, but no, he's actually smarter than he looks. Like, he actually knew how to prepare for this, and he actually deduces that Shin can actually read minds. Now, Shin gives it away easily, like, where he's like, what? And then basically it's like, yeah, I figured you can read minds or something like that, which, okay, interesting. Maybe he did watch the poker match. We don't see how Shin's poker match ended up going. We just know he ended up winning it, and they ended up having the amount of money to the same amount of money, right? So everything. So then Sakamoto's turn is up, and basically you have this dude who's like, "All right, come on, Tubby, like pick a card. I'm waiting here." This man Sakamoto does the thing where he now to the regular dude's eye, they can't tell like, oh, he freaking instantly, swiped the dude's card, grabbed the Joker card, but then he put it back to grab another card, right? So he keep himself safe. Now, Lou ended up seeing that, and she's like, "Did I just see you do that, Sakamoto?" And then this dude also saw it. So he's even got a keen eye too. So he's no joke. And he's just basically like, look, that's your warning. You do that stunt again, and you're basically out of the game, right? You're disqualified, right? Eventually the match comes down to him and Sakamoto, and basically Sakamoto's got two cards. He's got obviously the Aces card, and then he's got the Joker card. He needs dude to pull the Joker card, right? Um, and essentially, this man, he's like, you see, a good poker face is just knowing about what card he is. Now, I guess that's the case, but if you're going by that logic, then if that was me in that situation, I'm looking at the Aces card, and I'm just gonna be like, but then again, you could also say like, well, that could be also faker because that means, well, then this card, that's the card you're looking at, right? So that's the thing. So I guess you could say, I don't know, but anyways, the dude tries to get he looks like he's gonna go for the Joker card, but then he goes to the Aces card. But Sakamoto literally, with his strength, is holding the card back from him grabbing it, and basically he holds onto the card, but he lets go of the Joker card, and the dude pulls the Joker card by accident. He loses. So that's the thing. Eventually, the Mafia group tries to take the dude out, but then Sakamoto and Shin take that dude out, and they basically come to the resolution of like, okay, look, here's what you're gonna do, and basically the dude's working in Sakamoto's convenience store. I guess the bright side for him is he still gets to see Lou. He doesn't make the mention about it, but because he's like, I shouldn't be here in this whole thing and everything. So I'm just like, Ninja, at least you can still be around Lou. So I don't know why you're complaining. So I don't know what this means. This dude's gonna be another member of the Sakamoto family that's gonna be joining in on the fun and everything. But yes, but he does tell Sakamoto about like who's after him and everything, the group that's after him, and he mentions a slur Sakamoto. Now I don't know if this slur Sakamoto has any correlation or any relationship, or is like a family member of Taro Sakamoto. But yeah, that's the thing. But anyways, we then cut over to like this group of individuals. I guess these like American assassins who show up, and they're just chilling in this like, I guess this, this anim there this universe's version of McDonald's, because this guy is just, you have this one dude who's eating this burger who he's called a Big Whack, right? It's basically a ripoff what they call the Big Mac, right? This man is just like me. Like, he is just like me, right? Typically, when I order burgers, I'm just a plain guy. I just get ketchup, mustard, and cheese on my burger. Plain SB. I don't do the lettuce. I don't do tomatoes. I don't do any other sauces like mayonnaise or any other, like the special sauce that they may have for these burger places that they do. I don't do pickles. I don't do onions. I'm a plain type of guy. This guy is just like me. This man literally takes off his bun and he's like, I told him to not put no pickles or hold the pickles. And he's literally like peeling the pickles off, exactly like how I do. If for whatever reason, a burger place, which I absolutely hate when you go to fast food restaurants, you order yourself a burger. It's the exact way you tell these people in the fast food restaurant the exact way how you want your damn burger. And these people, you'll get your food, you think that, you go back home, and then you open up your burger, and it's exactly the opposite order or the opposite type of burger it is. I hate when I tell these burger places, I just want my plain burger, ketchup, mustard, and cheese. I leave the burger place. I go back home because I'm too stupid to check the burger right then and there and just critique them and say, hello, hello, you messed up my order. Um, but you see, the thing is, see the thing, and then I get back home, I see it, boom. It happened to me just like the other day. My dad got me Wendy's or whatever, just wanted a plain junior cheeseburger, right? Just for fun, because it was late at night, right? These people put like all these toppings on this burger, even though my dad said he wanted it plain. This is what I'm talking about, man. I'm like, I don't know, these fast food people are just too tired or something, because it was pretty late at night when my dad got the order. So I don't know if it's because these people, but it's funny with these people. It goes in one ear and then out the next, right? But I'm just like, dog, come on now. You're stupid now, right? But he's just like, I told them to put no pickles. And this dude literally grabs his freaking Big Mac and just crumbles it into like a tiny freaking marble. He just eats it. And he's like, there, see? Over and done. And he's just like, you ate my Big Whack. But it's funny. But anyways, we see it to where the one dude wearing the moose, I forgot his name, but the guy with all the bandages and everything, the dude that also wore the moose, mask in Shin's backstory arc. This dude is still alive and kicking. Well, yeah, well, we knew that, but he basically wants revenge on Sakamoto after getting his ass literally whooped. And I guess he's just feeling like, well, if I can't do it, then I'm gonna get somebody else to do it, which I'm just like, that goes to show you how petty and weak you are. You got your ass whooped, and you're gonna tell other assassins to basically go do your dirty work because you basically are being a little bit of a freaking crybaby, you know what, because you got your ass handed to you. But basically, he's like, these are the hitmen. Here are the people that I need you to go after. Like, I think one of them was the one guy. I think the one dude with the hammer when he first showed up and he confronted him. Obviously, Sakamoto and the others were on there, right? And everything. So, yeah. And I'm guessing that's going to be a part of the next half, that these assassins are going to go after Sakamoto and the others and things like that. So yeah, with also the mysteriousness of Slur Sakamoto, we don't know what or who he looks like or what he looks like, but it's gonna be interesting. But overall, for the first half of Sakamoto Days, I definitely did enjoy this show. I really did enjoy it. For me, it lives up to the hype that people were talking about when it comes to the show. Now, personally, some people will feel different otherwise. Some people will say this show absolutely sucked because it wasn't what I expected coming out of the show. I mean, everything. But listen, it's fine for what it's worth. I honestly like it. Again, you can't please everybody in the anime community. You can't. And listen, some people just didn't gravitate it and they watched a few episodes and they just didn't like it. And do I fault them? No, I don't. That's their opinion. If they didn't like it, well then I don't know why they continued watching if they continued watching, because at that point you're just hating on the show just to hate on it. You're gonna watch the show to nitpick and complain about any little minute detail, right? Instead of just not watching the show and go watching another anime that could be better, more worth your time. That's my issues with people when it comes to animes. You want to equally talk about watching the anime and maybe make a review or talk about on social media about how bad it is. You can easily just not waste your time, waste 30 minutes of your freaking day watching a damn, or 20 minutes of, yeah, essentially 24 minutes of your day, which is essentially 30 minutes regardless, watching an anime that you don't like, but you're doing it because, oh, I gotta do it or something, and you're complaining about it. Like, I hate when reviewers on YouTube, they review animes that they just don't like. Like, if you're not feeling it, just drop that review series and not review it no more. Like, I don't know. Sakamoto Days was good to me. I enjoyed Sakamoto Days. Why other people, didn't enjoy it, I don't know. But it realistically started before the show even came out. So I can't even say this show was actually like properly criticized. Like, like a week or two before the show even came out, when the opening basically leaked, people freaking hated it. And you just had people right on the hate train and say, "Oh, this shit is not freaking good." And of course, other bandwagoners will follow suit and say, "Okay, yeah, that show isn't good," because they want to fit into the popular and make friends in the communities and stuff like that. Because it's like, "Oh, well, if you don't like Sakamoto Days, then I don't like Sakamoto Days." Instead of just watching the show for yourself, actually seeing like, hey, you know what? Sakamoto Days is actually pretty damn good. It's not as bad as how people are trying to make it out to be. I'm just, I think it's the thing of the haters. And honestly, I think the reason why the Sakamoto Days gets hate is because a lot of people hype hype the show up, and you have it to where now we're in this like phase, and it really realistically kind of started with, I think, a little bit of Chainsaw Man. I think it started a bit with Chainsaw Man, and I think it mostly started with like Kaiju number 8, right? I forgot what big anime that came out regardless, right? But it started, I think, with like Kaiju number 8, where you know these shows that had these mangas that haven't been created into an anime yet, they get all this hype saying like, oh, this is one of the greatest piece of manga you can read and everything. It's gonna be really good, and people hype it up, building up to the anime finally coming out. And I think there's people out there that just hate the fact. Actually, no, actually, my bad. It started with Solo Leveling. There you go. But see, altogether, the whole thing is, I feel like there's a group of haters that always say, "Oh, brother, you guys always hyped up this one show that never got an anime, and now you're hyping it up as the next big thing." I feel like it's those people that say that. It's those people that know, like, okay, these are pretty cool manga. Um, but then they get tired of people saying, like, oh, this is gonna be really great and everything, and they hate on it because they want to kill the hype on the show, because they're like, oh, this show is not as good as you try to make it out to be, right? So, um, I think that's where the hate comes from there. But Sakamoto Days was really good. I enjoyed it. It was very funny, very entertaining. I enjoyed the characters. It was just good all around. Some people, they'll believe that it wasn't that good, and they say it was a trash adaptation. I personally say don't listen to those people. You continue watching Sakamoto Days on your freaking own, because that's the only best way you're gonna get, the most out of the show. And if you are not liking the show, well, then just drop it and go watch something else. Like, it isn't that hard. I don't know why people just don't do that. They'll watch a show, they'll stick in with a show that they hate so damn much, but then they'll easily like just trash the show and continuously watch it instead of just dropping the show, go doing something else better. You know, like, seriously, go outside and go touch some grass, damn it. But regardless, there's nothing you can do about haters. Haters are always going to be everywhere. And I bet you when the show comes back in the summertime, the haters are going to be even more stronger if they don't see a favorite, panel that they may have read in the manga freaking not adapted correctly. But that's basically it. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Sakamoto Days content, and we will be back in the summertime to review Sakamoto Days. But till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day, or your night, or whenever you're trying this video. Till then, guys, peace.